There. Well, as I say, I'm joined now by Jim Friars, who's CEO of the Irish Computer Society, and also by Professor Mark Ferguson of Science Foundation Ireland. Thank you both very much indeed for coming into us this morning. Jim, I'll go to you first of all. I mean, Tech Week. Yeah. Why did you come up with Tech Week, and what was the thinking behind it?
Well, really, Tech Week is kind of an obvious conclusion to come to in today's working world. Tech is everywhere, and what we focused on was coming up with a kind of a festival week for technology that will expose students, their parents, society in general, older people to technology, and to try to encourage those students to make choices, let's say informed choices about possibly going into technology careers. But I think that's the kind of driver behind it, to try to really highlight what technology does for us and provide an entree for students to say, is this something for me? So
primarily focused on the younger population, would you say, to kind of open their eyes to the potentials?
Yeah, but I think that as we see technology, kind of Tech Week expanding into the future, which is certainly our objective, we are trying to broaden it out more so. And a lot of the initiatives we would run year-round would be focused on the older population, or the people on the wrong side of the digital divide as well.
Yes, but that'll be part of this week too. Yeah. And from Science Foundation Ireland's point of view, I mean, your interest in this technology is, I suppose, just one of a vast range of science subjects you'd be involved in.
Well, absolutely. We're interested in promoting STEM, science, technology, engineering and maths, to school children, to the public at large, and also funding research in all areas, ICT, energy, biomedical and so on. But specifically about Tech Week, I mean, this focuses a lot on the ICT sector, which is very important for Ireland. I mean, since 2011, there are 15,000 new jobs in ICT. That's about 80 job announcements a week. And if you look at that projected out until about 2018, then there will be more opportunities, 40,000 new opportunities in the ICT sector. So it's very important for parents and children to know about the opportunities, but it's also very important for the schools and so on to have the right curriculum and the right skills for people to go into those careers.
And that is the thing with ICT, isn't it? I mean, everybody knows, what you want to be when you grow up, a train driver, a doctor, a fireman. Nobody really knows about, well, I want to be a systems programmer or a something developer. We don't really have the vocabulary, parents or teachers, to deal with this.
And the reality is every one of those jobs you just mentioned is going to be a technology job in the future. And that's the reality that needs to drop for everybody as well, is technology is embedded into every profession you're going to go into. If you choose medicine, if you choose engineering, if you choose law, you're going to have to be savvy at some level with engagement with technology. And I think that, so many of the jobs that you've mentioned there that are being created, those are the specific technology jobs. Those that are ancillary to that, you could quadruple that.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
right?
We all use it on an everyday basis, don't we?
Exactly. And the big issue that we're facing is there's not enough people choosing technology third-level careers, choices. And we need to increase both the quantity and the quality of those people that are choosing those things. And that's why we see something like Tech Week as being so important. And there's also an issue of gender, right? It's a very male-dominated profession, and that needs to change, because there's absolutely no reason in the world why it shouldn't be 50-50, just like the population of people choosing these careers.
Yeah, absolutely. And in terms, from Science Foundation Ireland's point of view, do you think enough has been done from a curriculum point of view to give students a good enough founding in technology? Because as you say, Jim, it is part of everyday life now.
So the situation is improving. I mean, if you looked at ICT job opportunities in 2011, 2012, about 45% of the job opportunities were filled from graduates from Irish universities. This year, that number is about 60%, and the target for 2018 is to fill 3/4 of the jobs from...
It's going in the right direction.
So it's going in the right direction. Of course, there's a long way to go, because as Jim's just said, there's a huge opportunity. So, you're not standing still, you're running against an increasing pace of opportunity. And it's largely about getting the parents and the school children to understand the opportunities, to understand the excitement about the technology. I mean, this is very, very fast-moving stuff. To give you an idea, this year there will be 3.5 zettabytes of new information discovered. So to put that in
What
context,
is a zettabyte?
I
How
knew
many
you were going to
gigabytes is a zettabyte?
ask me that question. So what that translates into is the new data discovered this year will exceed everything we've discovered in the last 5,000 years. That's what 3.5 zettabytes means. So I'll repeat that. Everything discovered this year will exceed what we've discovered over the last 5,000 years. So that's the pace of change.
It's exciting. It's almost a little bit frightening as well, though, isn't it? That
Well,
scale, keeping up with that scale of change.
It's the most interesting time, I think, ever to be alive in science or technology. I mean, the pace of change is huge. The time span between discovery and application is very short. And the opportunities and needs are very high, whether they're in medicine, whether they're in ICT, whether they're in new jobs and all the rest of it. And a really interesting thing when you ask about school kids, if you look at the pace of change and you take those statistics and you translate them into a university curriculum, what it means is if you're on a 4-year degree course, by the time you reach the 4th year, most of what you learn in the 1st year will be obsolete.
On that note, listen, the very best of luck with the week. It's fascinating listening to you both talking about it, and thank you very much indeed for coming into us
Thank you
this
very much
morning.
indeed.
Thank you.